welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Football View. If you're new here, you know what to do. Subscribe and do hit that notification bell. Today we'll be previewing the quarterfinals of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. I'm here with my colleague, Afcon. Thanks for joining me.
You're welcome, Clinton.
All right, we've seen the results from the round of 16. Incredible results, surprising, shocker. Several results where we feel like, it's impossible. Even as looking at the quarterfinals fixtures, we feel like this team will win. And at Afcon, you can see one team might be dominating. Maybe they just have some penalty incidents, and the result will just turn around. Or a red card incident might change the entire style of the game. So nothing is certain. Nothing is certain. So these fixtures we are seeing right here, we are giving our own opinions, what we think will happen in the game, because we've seen a lot of people come out in the comment section and make fun of us because our results went sour, especially the Cape Verdeans and South Africa. South Africa, when I said South Africa, and also the Ivorians too. But let's look at the quarterfinals results. The first one we have here is Nigeria versus Angola. Obviously, I'm going to say Nigeria will win, but it's going to be difficult considering the fact that Nwabali today, Jose Pesiro, the Nigerian coach, stated that Nwabali has not been declared fit for that game, that he's going to have a late fitness test if he doesn't, because it's not promising. Like the way he's saying, it's not promising. I feel they are preparing Uzo to start against Angola, and that could be very, very crucial because we know Uzo is not as commanding as Nwabali and the Nigerian Super Eagles coach, and that could be, very, very crucial in Angola having chance of actually beating Nigeria. So there are a lot of things that will decide the results in that game. But you personally, what do you think about the game, Nigeria Angola?
Before that, the round of 16 provided some exciting games. With shocks, and some of the favorites ended up exiting the competition. And then Nigeria knows what is at stake in this competition, and the Angola will be hoping to continue their one of the tournament favorites in the pool of Nigeria. And Nigeria's resolute defensive unity in William Trust, Ikon, Calvin Bassey, and Samuel J will be put to test once again, because Angola have a forward called Jacinto Dalla. He's really entertaining to watch, and he's really such a good player. He's really a good player. He's going to cause a lot of troubles to Nigeria, together with Gilberto and Mabululu. They are very, very good. The attacking pros are very, very good. And people are not talking about them enough, but then they've shown in this tournament that they have what it takes to worry any defensive unit. So I'm looking up to how they would open up the defensive unit of this Nigerian side, of which I was expecting Cameroon to do, but then they weren't able to do. I'm expecting to do that coming into this fixture. But then, I think Nigeria will have to move on. They will go through. They will go through. The game might travel to extra time and possibly be decided in the penalty shootout, as usual.
Okay. I feel Nigeria won't go to score goals. I think Jose Pesiro has learned how to manage games. I feel that this is a stage where every tackle, every goal, every interception, every foul is crucial, and Nigeria will be very, very, very wary. So personally, I feel Nigeria will beat Angola. I'm going for a 1-0 victory for Nigeria against Angola in this particular game. So predictions?
I'm predicting for the game to travel to extra time. Nigeria will win it, either in extra time or
on penalties.
In penalties.
Oh, if it goes to penalty, I'm expecting Angola to win. If it goes to penalty, I'm expecting Angola to win Nigeria 100%. But I don't think it will go to penalties. Nigeria will get the job done before the penalties. That's what I feel. We'll move to the next game. The next game we have here is Cape Verde versus South Africa. What do you think about that game?
It's going to be a tricky fixture. It's going to be a tricky fixture because Cape Verde, they are unbeaten.
They are unbeaten.
They are unbeaten. Yes, they are unbeaten, and then they will play South Africa, who eliminated them in the 2022 World Cup. World Cup qualifies. So they eliminated 22 World Cup semi-finalists, Morocco in round 16. Cape Verde, South Africa eliminated them. But then what this Cape Verde team has is like how they play. They play as a defensive unit, and they attack together and then they defend together. They have had a smooth run throughout the competition, unlike South Africans. Because South Africans they battled in their first game. They didn't enjoy that first game by losing. They lost their first game. And then I remember Pesita also scored a penalty in their first game, but then they've revived themselves, and they are aiming to beat these Cape Verdeans, which is not going to be easy. It's going to be a difficult encounter for South Africa. But then, honestly, if you tell me to predict this game, I really don't know who is going to qualify, because it's a game of equals. A game of equals. A game of equals for me. Because yes, the game of equals is going to be a hard one for me, because I look at what Cape Verde are doing into the tournament. They've really done massively right from their first game, second game, third game, their fourth game. And then South Africa really struggled in their first game, and they revived themselves in the second game, third game. And then in their last game, they had to battle it out with Morocco, of which they did massively, and then
they were very good.
They were very good on that day. I remember in their first game, we talked about how good they were. They spot a lot of chances in their first game, South Africa.
Plenty.
They spot a lot of chances in their first game. So they've really revived themselves, and then I'm tipping them to win against Cape Verde.
All right. My predictions in this game is that if what do you call it? If South Africa doesn't win this game in normal regulation time and extra time, if they go to penalties, Cape Verde will beat South Africa. That is my prediction. But on regulation time, normal time, I'm expecting South Africa. But if they make a mistake and let it get to penalties, Cape Verde will beat South Africa. That is my prediction. I'm going for a 1-0 victory for South Africa against Cape Verde. All right, we'll move to the next game. The next game is Mali versus Cote d'Ivoire. Wow, that game is an interesting game, because Mali can actually beat Cote d'Ivoire. I'm not lying. I'm not joking. Mali can actually beat Cote d'Ivoire. So let no one deceive you. Mali can beat Cote d'Ivoire, but I feel that the crowd support, and the zeal and the motivation from the game against Senegal will propel Ivory Coast into going into this game with so much confidence. I feel that confidence would be enough for them to beat Mali. So I'm going for a 2-0 win for Ivory Coast.
Yes. Yeah, after that symbolic performance against Equatorial Guinea, I feel they conceded 5. He came up against Senegal, the defending champions, in the round of 16, and then put up a solid performance against them by eliminating them. We all know Cote d'Ivoire have failed to score from open play in their last 3 games, and they will be hoping to make amends. And thank God they might have Sebastian Haller up front for them, so they might be able to score from open play this time around. They may be able, so I'm only counting on Sebastian Haller to propel them, because having Sebastian Haller in this game would mean a lot for Ivory Coast, and it can propel them to victory against this Malian side. And I'm sure the Ivorians know what is at stake in this fixture. They cannot fail their home fans again. They cannot fail them again, because after that performance against Equatorial Guinea, people were really bashing them and talking to them, and God being so good, they had another chance after they qualified as one of the 3rd best placed team, and then they really did well against Senegal. So they will be taking inspiration from that match against the title holders and coming into this game. I'm tipping Ivory Coast to win against Mali.
So scoreline?
1-0.
1-0. Yeah, Moroccans have declared their support for Ivory Coast. I feel they also, because most Moroccans, most of them, they did not go home. They say they are going to stay back and support Ivory Coast. So I feel the support will be very, very massive for them, and they can beat Mali in that game. Then DR Congo versus Guinea. That is the last game for this video. DR Congo versus Guinea. Now, That game, me personally,
One,
that game can go either way. Anybody can win in this particular one.
yes,
It's a 50-50
yes,
chance. There's no favorites in this game.
yes. And one thing a lot of people are not really talking about and is DR Congo. People do not really fancy them. By me, I fancy them a lot because
They are
looking
lucky.
at how they progress,
They are
how
lucky.
they are yet to win a game in the competition. They are yet to win a game in the competition, but then they are in the quarterfinals. It's a fairy tale because how can a team advance to the quarterfinal stage and
without
not
winning
win a single game? They've not won a single game from open play in their competition. So it tells you how good they are, how disciplined they are, and they really know what they are about on the field. They have a player called Mohamed Bayo. He has been twice their savior on the field, and he scored against Cameroon to help them secure a point to advance to the next level and also help beat Equatorial Guinea. So I'm really tipping Mohamed Bayo to be the main man in this fixture.
So that means you are tipping Guinea to beat DR Congo?
Yes. Although DR Congo they've not really had a smooth performance in this Afcon. They've been lucky a couple of times. So
Several times.
And looking at what the Guineans have done, I'm really tipping Guinea to move through and go through the semi-finals against their opponent, DR Congo.
All right. Me, I feel DR Congo will beat Guinea in this encounter. That is my prediction. I feel DR Congo will beat Guinea. And I have a name of the person that will score the goal. Wissa will score the only goal in this game. Wissa, the Brentford guy, will score the only goal in this game to knock Guinea out of the competition.
I'm also tipping Mohamed Bayo to be the main man in this fixture.
All right. So that is our prediction. We've talked about Nigeria, Angola, Cape Verde versus South Africa, Mali versus Cote d'Ivoire, DR Congo versus Guinea. We'll see you guys in another video where we'll talk about the semi-finals and ultimately the final game of the tournament. So thanks for joining me, and I would like to know your own comments, guys, in the comment section. Tell me which team you feel will win in this fixture. We are going to post this video as a long video, then I'm going to cut it shots one by one for those of you that want specific games. So we'll post the long form first, then we'll go for the short form later. So that is all for today, guys. Subscribe if you haven't and do hit that notification bell. Thanks for joining me, Pamela.
You're welcome, Clinton. Thanks for having me too.